The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
To throw is Murray. This goes to the former Raven, Marquise Brown. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Murray. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Austin McNamara comes on to punt. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They go play action now. Jackson. Right side, there's Likely with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 20. That's another.
Jackson now. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Alontae Taylor. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Takeovers 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Guerrero. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Here, look at this Baltimore defense. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement do you need to see this week, Coach? And boy, he got fired up, didn't he? Takeaways. We need turnovers. We've got to create them. Got so animated, jumped up in our meeting. It was fun to watch.
Somehow I always upset a coordinator in the meeting. Yeah. But they like you. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Jackson will keep it. And he will have the Ravens first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's Mitchell. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 11 on the play.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. If you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him. It should open up things for you.
And he whips that one incomplete there. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Jackson going to keep it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First and goal from the 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
To throw is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job. Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Lead at 7-0. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. They begin on the ground with Galindo. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Murray now to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On third down, they'll try to run for it on the draw. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Austin McNamara now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 37-yard line. 98 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Another run with Mitchell. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Ravens are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games, what a setup for the rest of the season for us.
A very solid gain of 27.
That's good for Baltimore. First down. First and goal, Baltimore.
Jackson now off the bootleg. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Burke. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now
3rd and goal, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. With the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here's Durendo on first down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On play action, it's Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Second and 10 at the 40.
Now Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. The Cardinals on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They'll try the middle with Durendo. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Murray. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Ravens offense and running back Keaton Mitchell getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. 116 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
First down, Baltimore.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll take this and run. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 2 yards to go, second down.
At the 47-yard line.
Give running right is Mitchell. Stays on his feet. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Baltimore, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Up the middle they go. David. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Raven.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll find his way down right around the 12. 2nd down and 8. On the draw, here's Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
That's another Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Murray now. That's taken in by Watson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On the give, it's Galindo. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Roquan Smith in on the tackle.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
3rd and 3.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Murray sets to throw on 4th. We'll try, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
Here's Watson. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they try to go for it on.
That's caught inside the 20. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
They'll get that complete to Harrison.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd and 5.
Here's Murray. This is caught.
And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up.
Here's Murray. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Bates' kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half.
So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They go play action with Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
It's a gain of a yard.
Jackson from the shotgun.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Murray going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Murray. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A couple of Oklahoma teammates there. Murray to Brown for a Cardinal first.
Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A give running left now, Garendo. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8. To throw is Murray. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken about the 16. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Mitchell. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Jackson. They'll run the screen to Mitchell. Down the left sideline. And down to the 28-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. David. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 159 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted. which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. But a big-time drive in that situation.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
The Ravens offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Jackson now.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
To throw is Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Pass knocked away by Alontae Taylor.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Handoff here, Garendo.
Nifty move. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Murray now to throw.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken around the 12. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in for the secondary for the sack.
How about that? Well, the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
Fair catch. Signaled for.
So out now come the Cardinals.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On play action, it's Murray.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Murray. It's complete on a bubble screen. That's Thornton. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mitchell. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8. At the 30.
Jackson now off the bootleg. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And out across midfield down to the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Baltimore.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
First down. 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mitchell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Once more with Mitchell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now
3rd and goal, Jackson. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Gotta give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. Finding Thornton over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 18. And the Cardinals
back to throw now on 1st down. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
2nd and 2. At the 46-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now it's Garindo. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 29, here's 2nd down at 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing now is Murray. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Watson brought down back at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Murray. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Oh, and that is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging them, giving them a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Ravens first down.
This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.